I really thought this was going to be one I wouldn't enjoy. Doctor Strange, starring Benedict Cumberbatch, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Tilda Swinton, Mads Mikkelsen, Rachel McAdams, and directed by Scott Derrickson. The film is a true origin story for Doctor Strange. And while there have been many origin stories for superheroes over the past 10 years, this one is still unique. It introduces magic in different dimensions and how they relate to one another. The movie keeps the origin of Stephen Strange fresh. Going into the film, I wasn't sure what to expect. I hadn't been wowed by any of the trailers, and thought this might be the first miss for a Marvel film since Thor 2. Walking out, Doctor Strange had me wanting to go read comics about the Sorcerer Supreme, and had me wanting to turn back around and go see the film again. At its core, Doctor Strange is a character piece. We go on a journey of self-discovery with Stephen Strange, where he has to grow as a person. He starts off as a completely egotistical jerk, who only cares about himself and his standing in the world. The injury he has to his hands in a car accident forces him to lose his job as a surgeon. He searches and tries everything to gain the use of his hands back, which leads him to search out the Ancient One. Instead of finding an answer on how to heal his hands, his mind is open to a completely different reality. While this journey is fantastical, at its center is still a story about a man who must gain more humanity. It's a story that's been told many times and in many different ways, but still can be captivating and entertaining if told well. A main reason Doctor Strange is able to pull off this character piece is because of all the actors involved. Benedict Cumberbatch is absolutely fantastic as the Good Doctor. He plays the jerk at the start of the movie perfectly, and his transformation is subtle and believable. From the story and his portrayal, I bought into his character's transformation. There are great supporting cast all around him to help tell his story. Rachel McAdams does a good job as a love interest and something which keeps Doctor Strange tied to his old life. She could have been more developed overall as a character, but McAdams did a good job with what she was asked to do. Chiwetel Ejiofor is fantastic in everything he does, and doesn't disappoint here. He has one or two show-stealing scenes with Cumberbatch, which highlight the movie. Tilda Swinton nearly steals the movie as the Ancient One. The serenity and subtle profoundness she brought to the role was extremely well done. I'm not getting into her casting, other than to say she was great, and I'm glad she was in the film. All of the actors did a good job, and is one reason the story works so well when it is set with a very weird backdrop. The overall strangeness of the different dimensions and mysticism will keep some from enjoying this film. I could completely understand someone walking out of the movie and not enjoying Doctor Strange, because they didn't understand what was going on in regards to the magic. The action is also very trippy and at times hard to follow, but I still found it extremely enjoyable to watch. I can see some that wouldn't, and I couldn't argue with them if this is what turned them off to the film. I ate everything up with regards to the magic and traveling to the different dimensions, and how they use time and time travel. I thought it was all well done, and is one reason why I can see myself going back to the theater and seeing this movie again. The only slight downfall for the film is something found in most Marvel movies: the villain. Mads Mikkelsen does a good job in the role. He just isn't given much to work with. I think there is actually a very interesting villain and character somewhere on the cutting room floor for Doctor Strange. Calasia seems to have an interesting background, which could make him more relatable. There seems to be a tragic backstory, which could have been dived into to give the character more depth, but either it was never part of the plan, or was cut because of time. Which the pace of the movie and how quickly it moves is another strong aspect of the film. The lack of depth in Mads' character is also made up for by a fantastic climactic scene, which makes the journey of the film pay off extremely well. I went into Doctor Strange not knowing what to expect. I didn't know if this was going to be a movie I would enjoy. I thought it could be a Marvel film just below par for the rest. One which was fun to watch once, but not something I had to rush out and buy when it was available to own. After seeing Doctor Strange, this changed. This film is a must-see for any superhero fan, and worth seeing if you're just into fantasy and science fiction. I'm not sure how much a mass general audience will relate to it because of the mysticism, but Harry Potter's huge, so who knows. I'll be trying to talk my son into seeing it, so I can go watch it again. What did you think of Doctor Strange if you've seen it? What were your expectations going into the film? Comment and let me know. Like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching.